All right, folks, section 8.8, the Pythagorean theorem, one of my favorites, but we're not going to get to it yet. Now, let me tell you something. This is named after a person, a Greek guy named Pythagoras. And he was the leader of this group. You know what a commune is? You know what a commune is? Sort of like a monastery where monks are. Do you know what that is? Okay. And all they did was study math. And he was their leader, Pythagoras. They were called the Pythagoreans. Do you see the quote above my board? Who can read the quote above my board? Excellent. Emma, what's it say? Numbers rule the universe. And who said it? The Pythagoreans. And well pronounced there, Emma. Pythagoreans, yeah. And this is one of the, maybe it's probably the most famous math theorem that there is. And that's the Pythagorean theorem. And we're going to get to it in a moment. But let's talk about a few things first. Okay? Now, a triangle has 3 angles, thus the name. Triangle. 3 angles. It also has 3 sides. Okay? Now, if we're going to classify a triangle by its angles, there are 3 different types. Okay? And we need to know these. So let's look at them. First, first we need to know an acute angle is any angle that's less than 90 degrees. A right angle is an angle that equals 90 degrees. And an obtuse angle is an angle that's greater than 90 degrees. You see a right angle? It makes kind of a T or an L like that. Okay? They are perpendicular. That's what we call it. Now, we use these definitions when we're looking at triangles, Rowan. When we're looking at triangles, okay? An acute triangle has 3 acute angles. That means that all 3 of them are less than 90 degrees, okay? A right triangle has 1 right angle and the other 2 have to be acute angles. Because think about this. If the right angle has 90 degrees, that leaves only 90 degrees for the other 2, right? Because you can only have 180 degrees in a triangle. Does that make sense, Elise? Okay. Now, an obtuse triangle has 1 obtuse angle, and then the other 2 are acute. Okay? They're cute. They're less than 90, right? So let's look at this. Example number 1. They want us to give the name for each one of these triangles. Now look at this first triangle. What strikes you about this first triangle? Rowan? It has a right angle in it. And thinking about the definitions that they gave us just a second ago, what would the name of this triangle be, Rowan? It's a right triangle. It has, oh, and look, that's a symbol for triangle. It is a triangle, okay? A right triangle has 1 right angle, and then the others have to be less than 90 degrees. Okay, they're acute angles. What do you think about this one? Here, I'll use a different color for this one. Raise your hand if you think you know what the name of that triangle would be. What do you think, Moreau? I think it's acute as well. It's an acute triangle. Why is it an acute triangle? What makes it an acute triangle? Moreau? All of its angles are less than 90 degrees. Perfect. Okay? Who wants to deal with the last one for me? Allie. Happy birthday, Allie. What do you think this one is? I don't think it's acute. I don't think it is. What do you think, Isabella?
Obtuse.
I think it's obtuse. Now let me ask you this. Obtuse triangle. Why is it an obtuse triangle? Isabella?
Because its angles are more than 90 degrees.
All of them?
No,
One of them is more than 90 degrees. Is A, B, or C more than 90 degrees? B and C are acute, so A is obtuse. A is bigger than 90 degrees, right? So in an obtuse triangle, one angle is obtuse and the other 2 are acute. Nice job.